Bullseye.
What's going on, YouTube? Here with another Smite build video. I'm your host, Shuey. Dive right into it. As you can see on screen, been asked to do a Loki build. If you've ever watched my stream, you know I'm not a big fan of Loki. But for real, guys, what's going on? I'm not a fan of Loki. I really am not. I don't like him. Well, it's not that I don't like him. I just don't like his existence. I don't think people should be able to just run around and viz and stab people and stuff. I don't like it. And the way that a lot of people play Loki is really, really, really bad for the god. It makes him look really cheap. Because people will hide invis and just wait, and then as soon as you come around a corner, just get shanked 1,000 times. And if you start turning the tide on the battle, they invis and run away. Like it's really annoying. And if you're a person that doesn't play like that and you play Loki right, like you stealth into a lane, stab somebody, so if you start losing the fight, you stay there and fight, and then invis and like come back into the fight. Next time you see somebody playing like a chump, call them out. Be like, hey, quit playing like a chump, because you're making people like me that actually play him correctly look bad and make people hate us. Let them know. Tell them what's up. Let them know. But I will not do any prejudice against this god. I will make a legitimate build that can be trusted, and I will not ever put false information on my channel, guys. I will promise you that right now. I will never make a build that is not good, ever. At least in my opinion, I will fully believe that the build is good when I make it. And this is what I've made for him. But first off, let's dive into his abilities for all those new people that do not know exactly what Loki does. Now, his passive is Loki deals more damage from his basic attacks when hitting enemies from behind. Basic attacks also utilize a 5-swing progressive chain, 20% bonus damage. Pretty self-explanatory. Stab in the back, get 20% bonus damage. First one, and his main thing, is Vanish. Loki disappears in a puff of smoke. While invisible, he moves faster, removes and gains immunity to slow effects, and takes 25% less damage. His next basic attack from stealth, or for 2 seconds after, applies a bleed to his target, dealing damage every 0.5 seconds and reveals Loki. 90 damage per tick plus 25% of your physical power, 2% or 2 seconds damage duration, 4 seconds for stealth, and 35% movement speed while stealth. Pretty self-explanatory. Go invis, stab in the back while invis, put on a bleed, and you move a lot faster while invis. Pretty self-explanatory. Your main wave clear, or any main camp clear, I should say. Loki spawns a decoy version of himself that taunts all nearby enemy minions. After a short time, the decoy explodes, dealing damage to all enemies in the radius. Has a 20 radius with 275 plus 100% of your physical power, and it lasts for 3 seconds. Pretty easy, pretty useful actually. You go up to a camp, you throw the decoy, stab the crap out of the camp, decoy explodes, finishes them off, and you clear camps really fast and really effectively. Now the next one is Aimed Strike. Upon activation, Loki's next basic attack does additional damage. Within a short time, the enemy hit is also slowed. 220 damage plus 100% of your physical power. 5 seconds buff and 25% slow for 3 seconds. Pretty easy, pretty self-explanatory. Hit harder, slow them down. Pretty good. Assassinate. Upon activation, Loki teleports to his ground target location. An enemy god is within the radius. Loki will backstab that target, doing damage and stunning them. 450 plus 120% of your physical power with a 1 second stun. Really good, really effective, and really powerful. You can backstab the crap out of somebody. It's really good for ganking lanes. You just come out, backstab, stab, and they're dead. Pretty easy. You're going to swing really fast with Loki, especially with this build I'm giving you right here. So, now this build that I'm going to give you right here, guys, is actually pretty different. I'm going to be honest. It's very different. Now the first item we want to get is Bumba's Mask, obviously, because this is a jungle build. It gives you 10 MP5, your basic attacks deal 10 true damage, and your abilities plus 10% damage versus jungle camps. You're healed for 10% of a camp's max health, and if you have an ally nearby, you get the normal gold reward as if you were solo. Pretty self-explanatory. You're going to be clearing a lot of jungle camps. You're a jungler, so on and so forth. Now, if you already know what's next, guys, because this is my channel, and you already know that I love meditation, and meditation is fantastic. And then our final piece is actually going to be movement, and we're going to start with the starter boots. The starter boots, thank you very much. Alright, now your core items, actually the things that you're going to want, consumables, is actually going to be wanting to buy a health pot and then also a mana pot. Just because if anything goes wrong or anything like that, you need a little bit of health pot and you can't get any camps, or same thing with mana pots. You want to make sure you use mana pots to manage the distance in between meditation bursts. Now your core items, we're not actually going to start with boots. We're actually going to start with, you want to go all the way up to Odysseus's bow. Alright, but you're actually going to start with charged bow. You're not going to go any further than charged bow before you buy the next item. So you want to go all the way up to charged bow, and then you want to go, and then you want to buy your boots. And then of course you're going to be wanting to buy Ninja Tabby because of attack speed. And then your next item is actually going to be Dev's Gloves or Devourer's Gauntlets. Gain physical power and lifesteal from kills, and it gives you 25 physical power, 10% physical lifesteal. You permanently gain 0.4 physical power and 0.2% physical lifesteal per stack, and 5 for a goblin for a min. Caps at 75. Very self-explanatory. Really good lifesteal, and it's just really useful for junglers because you're going to get those stats really quick from either eating trains in unmanaged lanes or eating camps. Really simple. Your first damage item is actually going to be Rage. Second damage item is going to be Deathbringer. So you're going to be making Ragebringer. I'll explain both of them right now. I know I kind of skimmed over the other one. Rage gives you a 30% critical strike chance, and it gives you, I want to say 20 or 30 physical power. And pretty much it's within every 5 basic attack hits, one is guaranteed to be a critical strike. Okay? Deathbringer. 50 physical power, 20% critical strike chance. Critical strike damage is increased by 50%. See the synergy there? 1 in 5 is going to be a crit. That crit is going to be increased by 50%, and it's going to be hitting harder because they both give you physical power. You're going to want to build Ragebringer, and then your final item is actually going to be up to you for your personal preference. Now, if you want to be burst damage or have some sort of a kind of sustain in a battle, I don't really think, but there's a lot of people I've seen that have actually wanted to use sustain. Now, if you want to use sustain, go Hasten Fatalis, okay? I'm not going to put this in here because it's not what I use. Hasten Fatalis gives you 30% attack speed, 10% movement speed, and when you attack, the speed deduction is not put on you if you land a basic attack. Pretty much you can just keep stabbing people as they're running. If it's like a tank or something like that, that's for your sustain in battle. So you can attack really fast, move around your target really fast, hit them really fast, they can't get away. That's your sustain. That's not what I use. Now, what I use, I believe it's in power. Yeah, it is. I use Jotun's Wrath, which gives you physical power, mana, physical penetration, and cooldown reduction. Now, you can switch this around and get this earlier if you want, but I actually really like to get this late game due to the fact that the cooldown reduction late game is going to be more precedent due to the fact that you're going to be fighting more than one person, so you want your invis up real quick. And pretty much the entire longevity of the game, you're going to be stealthing from jungle and getting kills. So you're really not going to be needing to pop your stealth again, because by the time you're going to need it, it's going to be a getaway and the fight's already going to be over. So Jotun's late game is actually really good. And then actually I'm going to put this over here, but the last item you're going to get is you're going to go back up to your Bane one and then end up capping out on Odysseus's bow. So that's pretty much what you want to do. And by the way, for anybody that is new to Smite and you want to try Loki for your first god, for the last item, which will be Jotun's Wrath, you actually want to sell Bumba's Mask, your starter item, to then buy Jotun's Wrath so you have that open slot. I've had people ask me that question before, and that's pretty much what it is. So we're actually going to build these real quick, and we're going to see at the overall stats. You have 171 basic attack, 85 power, 1.93 attack speed, almost capped out, 10 lifesteal without the stacks, 11 penetration, 0 crit chance, but, excuse me, 50 crit chance, 165 physical power. Excuse, I thought that looked a little wrong, I'm gonna be honest, but I was gonna go with it. Basic attack goes 165, which is way better. And then you have 50 critical chance, 69 physical protection, 48 magical protection, 1895 health, 22 HP 5, 443 movement, 25% cooldown reduction, 1060 mana, and 11 MP 5, guys. This build works really well. Like I said, if you see a guy playing like a chump with Loki and hiding behind that stealth because he can't win a battle, call him a chump. Call him out. Tell him you're making my people look bad. You're making people from the Shu crew that like Loki look bad. Tell him that. Let him know. Preach it to him. But pretty much that is it for Loki, guys. I hope you guys do appreciate the video. I honestly kind of didn't want to do this video because I don't have any appreciation for Loki. But if you have any reason why I should appreciate Loki, put that down below in the comments. If you did enjoy this video and it did help you out and learn Loki a little bit more, smash the hell out of that like button for me. You already know it is greatly appreciated from me. It gives me that motivation to bring you guys some more content. Also down below, comment any gods you would like to see me build. The only god I might actually refuse to build is Opwash, and that is because I hate that man. Until he gets nerfed on the 1st of August, I am not a fan. Never was a fan, never will be a fan. But that's pretty much it, guys. Make sure you hit that subscribe button as well if you are new to the channel to join the Shoe Crew. We are the coolest crew around. Like, we got the name Shoe Crew. Come on, you know, we know we're the coolest guy around. Our shoe game's on point, you know what I mean? But I'm gonna get out of here, guys. I hope you did enjoy the video. I will talk to you later. Peace.